Well, greetings and salutations, test takers. This is the Series 7 Guru coming to you from my studio from an undisclosed location off grid with an explication request. If you have an explication request, you can send that explication request to explicationrequest@guruexamprep.com. Here is the requested question. I think is one of the most difficult advanced option strategy questions on your Series 7, which is identifying spreads missing the premiums. So in which of the following strategies would the investor want the spread to widen? Spread means difference. And so, when we do a debit spread, we want it to difference to get larger. So when we close it out, we have more money in than out. For example, if it's a debit spread of 5 and I can close it out for a net difference of 9, I make 4. Hardest part to get, don't need to get it because debit, exercise, widen goes together all the time. Repeat after me the mantra: lower, higher, longer. Lower, higher, longer. Lower, higher, longer. Lower strike call contracts always have greater premiums. Lower, higher, longer. Higher strike put contracts always have greater premiums. Longer, lower, higher, longer. Longer term option contracts always have greater premiums. So we're trying to figure out in this question is which one of these are debit spreads. Once we get debit, we know exercise, widen, that goes together all the time. I had recently a student send me a picture of a Mountain Dew truck. Just do the do, right? Do the do, like Nike. Do it. We'll go through these and we'll explain debit, exercise, widen. You should also know that when you pay money, the worst case, you're going to lose it. So right out of the gate, if we determine it's a debit, we've got our loss. All right, so in which of the following strategies would the investor want the spread to widen? So that means we're looking for debit spread. So let's look at this first one here. The 30 put is the dominant leg. Higher strike puts have greater premiums. So that's going to be the dominant leg. The next one, again, the 55 put. 55 put, higher strike puts have the greater premium. That's going to have the greater premium. Roman numeral 3, 75 put, 65. The 75 put's going to have the greater premium. When you think about it from the puts perspective, if long perspective or short, I should be able to do it either way. But if I have a choice to sell at a higher price, it's more desirable. Person selling that, charge accordingly. Or from the short perspective, if you want me to obligate myself to buy at a higher strike, I'm going to want more money. Right? So that's the greater premium there. Lower, higher, longer. The 30 call is the dominant leg. It has the greater premium. All right, so now let's go back here. We bought that 30 put. So we established the choice to sell the stock at 30, and we paid more money out for that than we brought in for the 25. That indeed is a debit put spread. And it's a debit put spread because we have more money out than in. We definitely want to exercise. If it gets exercised, I'm going to buy the stock at 25, which I'm obliged to do. I'm the put E at 25. Then I'm going to stick it to somebody at 30. That sounds pleasurable, profitable. I'd make 5 less whatever that net debit is. We don't know that. But indeed, we do know that that is indeed a debit spread. So that's part of our answer set. Roman numeral 1. Let's look at the next one. That is a 55 put. That's money out. And that has the greater premium. So once again, I have a choice to sell at 55. Debit put spreads are bearish. I definitely want the stock to go down so that somebody sticks it to me at 45. I can stick the next guy at 55. I make 10 points, less whatever that net was. So in both Roman numeral 1 and Roman numeral 2, those are debit spreads. We want the difference in the premiums to widen. The most they can widen to is the difference in the strikes. All the action takes place between the strikes. So, most it can widen to in the first one is 5 points, and most it could widen to in the second one is 10 points. Again, hardest part to get, don't need to get it. I have all kinds of lectures and advanced option strategy tutoring replays. I'll link to one so you can kind of check that out. Okay, so we do need Roman numeral 2 as part of our answer. Roman numeral 3. We have a 75 put. That's the greater premium. We sold that. So we got more money in than out. That is a credit put spread. It's bullish. I want this stock to be 75 or higher. So contracts expire, neener. I keep the money. That's a credit credit put spread, which is bullish. I got the 65 just in case it blows up on me. You know, if it blows up on me and somebody does stick it to me at 75, I can stick it to the next guy at 65. I'm still a loser, but that's better than all the way to zero, right? That's what we mean by the dominant leg, by the way. The dominant leg here is a short put. Let's look at our next one. I think that's a very smart bear. Again, we sold the 30 call and we took part of that premium and bought the 40 call just in case. That is a credit call spread. And both 3 and 4, we would want the contracts to expire and we want the difference in the premiums to narrow. Again, that goes together all the time. Credit, expire, narrow. Credit has 6 letters. Expire has 6 letters. Narrow has 6 letters. And so the answer to this question, I think one of the most difficult questions you encounter is, again, determining or identifying the spread is either debit or credit or bullish or bearish with missing premiums. The way to do that, the answer to this question is Roman numeral 1 and 2. I guess I probably should put that there. Roman numeral 1 and Roman numeral 2. I think that's the most difficult kind of questions you get on the Series 7. By the way, we could also ask you, instead of debit or credit, identify bullish or bearish. And you would go about the same way. The greater premium dominates. So 1, long put, bearish. 2, dominant leg, buying a put, bearish. 3, short put, dominant. That would be bullish. And Roman numeral 4, 30 calls short, bearish. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. Remember, inch by inch, your exam's a cinch. Yard by yard, your exam is hard. And I'll see you for the next explication request.